So the main agenda for this seminar is for you guys to master online trading with CFDs. I know that it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes for all of us. So why not grab a notepad and a pen so you can take notes along with us? And if you have any questions, you can ask us later towards the end. So Sahil, why don't you give a brief background about yourself so everyone knows that about your background?
So guys, as you guys are aware and know me from the previous webinars, but once again, I'll introduce myself. My name is Sahil. I'm actively in the market from last 10 years. Help a lot of my clients in the UK, in Asian market to understand the concept of trading, help them understanding the risk and the reward ratio, and help them grow their accounts, by providing them the right knowledge. So overall, it was a beautiful experience, I will say. I helped a lot of people in their trading journey. This is what gives me happiness, when I'm sharing what I think, what I believe, when I work on the risk management. So this is something gives me really, excitement and happiness to keep going with the same momentum and same energy. So here I am once again, but this time you can see my colleague is with me as well, giving me company. So you won't feel like bored seeing the same face again.
So thank you for that, Sahil. Thank you for your introduction.
Please.
So I'll go ahead with giving a brief introduction about myself. So my name is Azhar and I'm a market analyst. I specialize mainly in stocks, forex, commodities, and cryptocurrencies. I have active trading experience for the last 4 years, and I deal with advanced methodologies in trying to forecast the markets. So let's start the presentation with giving you a brief introduction about 9x markets. We are all here because of 9x markets, and I would like to say a few words about 9x markets. So 9x markets is just not a trading platform, it's your partner in your financial journey. The main motto for 9x market is to empower young traders and educate them so that they are able to make informed decisions about their market scenarios. And if they are being able to do that in the right way, the tools provided by us make sure that they are able to do this in a fantastic way. And that is why we believe that when these two tools are made together, that's when the real magic happens.
Absolutely.
So what you'll be learning in this webinar is a introduction of what exactly is online trading. Then we'll move on to the differentiation between physical assets and CFD instruments. And then Sahil will give you guys all a brief introduction about the platform, as well as he will be speaking more about the trading, different kinds of trading strategies, etc. So the main question of the hour today is, what exactly is online trading? I know a lot of you all have been curious about knowing this big keyword online trading, and millions of traders have been doing this around the world from the comfort of their home. And that is why you all are here to learn what is online trading. So online trading, in simple words, is the ability to make money from market movements without actually owning the asset. I know it sounds confusing, but that exactly is what a CFD is. A CFD stands for contract for difference, and it is a way to make money on the markets without actually owning the asset. So you can make money when markets are going up as well as when markets are going down. And that's what we'll be focusing more on here today.
Correct.
So some of the benefits of online trading is the leverage you get with trading online. That is that you can convert a very small amount of capital into a very large position. So this leverage also helps in increasing the potential returns. But I always tell my clients that when it is increasing the potential returns, it also increases the potential risks. You might have all heard about the saying, higher the risk, higher the reward. And that is exactly what leverage does. This is my favorite benefit about online trading, and it is the flexibility of going long, which means buying an asset, and going short, which means selling the asset. So you can make money on both ways of the markets. So you can make money while the markets are going up, and you can make money while the markets are going down. We have a wide range of assets you can trade And that includes just not only US stocks or other economy stocks, it also includes forex, gold, different indices, all in one platform and all in the finger of your hands. Why do traders actually choose online trading? We understood that online trading has its own benefits, but the other reasons traders actually want to trade is because of the ability of high liquidity. So high liquidity in simple terms is the ability to sell something quickly as possible. So if I want to make this very clear to you, liquidity means, like, for example, let's take a car for example. If I were to sell a car, it would probably take me 3 days or a week to sell that car. This means that a car is not a very liquid asset. But for example, a CFD can be sold in minutes and milliseconds. That's the power of online trading. You can enter a position and you can exit a position in minutes and seconds.
Makes sense.
Leverage, as well as I told you guys about, you can trade large positions with extremely small capital. That usually depends on your the leverage you have. And the 24/5 market access, you get global time zones and global markets all in one platform. And I know that all of you must be wondering that all of this must be coming at a very high cost, but that is really not the case. Uh, Trading is an extremely feasible opportunity, and we provide you with the lowest spreads and often with zero commissions. So it's a win-win for both of us. And also for one more thing is that low spreads and no commissions, you get to keep most of the profit you make. So you're barely risking anything. So some of the products we have here to offer is not just stocks, but it is commodities, it is currencies, it is crypto, and it is futures. Stocks is the ability to trade and speculate on different shares of a company, and that is extremely feasible with CFDs that are built for stocks. Second thing is commodities. We have a few famous commodities such as gold, we have forex, on the other hand, but gold, where natural gas is as also there, and we have oil as well. I know that a lot of you must be hearing about oil going to extremely good highs and then dropping all of a sudden because of the geopolitical tensions around the Middle East. But these commodities have been driving our economy for centuries, and with CFDs and trading, you can benefit from the price fluctuations of these commodities. Currencies, on the other hand, I know every time you go to a different country, you will probably be hearing about a different currency that is in place over there. And these currencies are often fluctuating in price because of demand and supply. It also, a lot of other factors play into the price fluctuation of these currencies, but you can profit from the fluctuation of these currency pairs. Some of the famous currency pairs are the USD JPY, the Euro USD, etc. Now, this is my favorite, and that is cryptocurrencies. I know that over the last few years, cryptocurrency market has been going to all-time highs, and at before, nobody really expected cryptocurrencies to actually make a dent in the trading space. But cryptocurrency is the hottest new topic for young traders, only because the cryptocurrency market is a 24 hours market. The opportunities are endless, so there's always time to make money and trade efficiently with cryptocurrencies. Last but not the least, we also do have futures. Futures is a more traded asset for our advanced traders and who use advanced trading strategies. I know that all of these over here are accessible to all of you who will be taking part. So before we go on to the next slide, there is a poll for all of you. I know that I just want to check that if you guys are all paying attention and making sure that you guys are knowing the key terms that we have been giving over here. So if you can see a poll on your screen, maybe you could give us a thumbs up so I know that the poll is on your screen.
Can you guys see the screen? Thumbs up if you can see the questions.
Yeah, if you can see the questions, I have the questions on my slide, but there should be a poll. Yeah, there should be a poll on the. Yeah, I think we can all see that. So the first question for all of you is what exactly is traded in the forex market, and I think a lot of you will be able to answer this properly. And the second question we have is in CFD trading, do you actually own the asset? This has been, I hope this has been clear from the start because that's what I've been focusing on all this time. So let's give it a few seconds for all of you guys to answer. I'll answer that myself on my screen as well. So I hope I get this right. Okay, I cannot vote, my bad. But yeah, I'll close it up. I'll wait for the polling results to come in and make sure that all of you have been actively taking part. Okay, so yeah, so we have everyone got a right answer in what is traded in the forex market. I think that was pretty clear that it was currencies. And on the second question, we did get one answer wrong, which was someone actually thought that they're trading actual assets in CFDs. So I'll again make it clear that when you are trading a CFD, you are actually not owning the asset. You are just making sure about the making money through the price fluctuations through a CFD. So you're not actually owning the asset. Okay, anyways, this was a good poll and a good fresh up for whoever was sleeping in the webinar. So now they're probably up. So we go on to the next slide. Yeah. So now we're on to the second part of the webinar. And I know that the first one was a bit simple, but the second one, I will make sure that you are actually understanding the difference between what a physical asset is and what a CFD is. And I will make sure you understand this just with a simple example. And this is actually my favorite part of the webinar because this is when everyone really understands and it all makes sense for them, everything that has been taught so far. So let's take an example of you trying to buy gold. Now you think that the gold price is going to increase in the future and you want to buy gold. Now you as a person have two routes ahead of you. One is the traditional route, the one a lot of people have been doing for the past probably 100 years, and that is going to the gold store and buying the gold coin and actually keeping it in a home, probably paying money to insure it in case of some theft. And if the price goes up, you eventually profit. But this is a very time consuming process. It is a big hassle to a lot of new people nowadays. And that is why there's a second option for you right over here, which is actually purchasing a gold CFD. Now, the thing about this is that gold is an expensive asset. So, not a lot of people are able to purchase a gold in the traditional route. But the thing is that in a CFD, like I explained before, the leverage plays a key part in making sure that everyone is able to afford a certain asset. So, for example, you don't really own the gold in a CFD, you just trade on the price movements. So, if gold were to increase 10% in the market, you would make the same amount of money or probably more than what you would have spent while buying physical gold. So it is fast and easy. You don't need to go to the market and find some seller or buyer for your gold. You can just do it on a click of a second. And that is the key difference between buying physical asset versus CFDs. Also keep in mind that when you're buying traditional, going through the traditional way of buying gold, you can never bet against the markets falling. That is why when CFDs come in place, you can also make money when gold prices are going down. It's just not that you're making money while gold prices are going up. And we all know that not everything goes up all the time. There's always small corrections and movements towards the downside. Even for an asset that, like gold, which has been performing towards all-time highs for almost a decade now. So My favorite part is of topics is this now, because margin and leverage is where a lot of traders get confused, and this is what actually signifies their results in their trading journey. So I know that I have been emphasizing a lot on leverage since the past few times. So know that leverage control helps you control a large size with a very small amount of money. So for example, leverage over here is 1 is to 100. That means you can trade $10,000 worth of position with just $100. And that is what leverage is. It is like a magnifying glass in your trading portfolio that maximizes your ability to be able to purchase a position. And now we're coming on to what exactly is a margin. So margin is actually the minimum amount required by you to be able to open that position. So for example, if you want to open a $10,000 position on your account, you would need a minimum margin of $100 because your leverage over here is 1 is to 100. I know it's all a bit confusing right now, and maybe Sahil will help you on later in this webinar to make it more clear for you guys. But the simple rule over here is higher the leverage, smaller the margin required, but don't forget that it also means higher risk, because even small movements on the chart can maximize your gains but also signify your losses. So always be careful when you're playing around with margin and leverage. And before I give it to Sahil, I want to make sure that you guys know a few key terms that are related to trading. For example, I know you all might have heard about pip. So pip is the smallest movement in most forex pairs and commodities. So that's what you need to be aware of when someone says that one pip is the smallest movement that asset can make. The spread, on the other hand, is the difference between the buy price and the sell price. I know a spread is a bit hard to understand, but let me make it clear for you. Imagine that I want to sell this mouse. This mouse is worth $100, but the person buying this mouse is only willing to pay around $90. So there's a difference of $10 between what someone is willing to pay and what someone is willing to sell at. So that is the spread. And sometimes this spread is known as the broker's fee. And also know that a stop loss and a take profit is something that will elevate your trading game in your trading journey. A stop loss is a level you set on your account. When a certain price hits that level, the trade will be automatically closed. It prevents you from maximizing your losses. So a stop loss will always minimize your losses, and it is a good habit of every trader to always keep a stop loss. No matter how confident you are in your trade, you should always keep a stop loss. And along your trading journey over the next few webinars, it will be sure that you will understand how important a stop loss really is. And on the other hand, same way as we have a stop loss, we also have a take profit level where the position will automatically close on a certain level which you have set as a take profit. So for example, if I buy something at $90 and my take profit level is at $100, so that means when price hits that $100, my position will automatically close in a profit. And that is what a take profit does. So a stop loss will always minimize your losses, and a take profit will always make sure that you are disciplined in your trading strategies. And Sahil, now I'll head it on to you.
Thank you so much, Azhar. First of all, guys, I think that was very useful information. I want to see some thumbs ups so that I understand that you guys, we are on the right track. You guys are learning, you guys are understanding. Some engagement, what I'm seeing on my screen right now is always a good thing when, you know, we are talking in a live webinar. So really thank you for your heads up, for the love and everything.
Thank you guys for the thumbs up. It really means a lot to me.
Okay, and now I'll take over. Once again, people who have heard me before, here I am now explaining about the live platform of 9x Market and MT5. So basically, as you know, 9x Market have their own web trader platform, which is super amazing, very easy to use, not complicated at all. And then we got on the other side MT5 as well, which is MetaTrader 5. Globally, a lot of people like to use. You can link your account with it, and there is a desktop version, there is a mobile version, so it's quite handy as well. So once again, both of them are amazing, and I'll brief you now about 9x Market platform and MT5. Okay, guys, so what you're seeing right now on my screen and on your screen as well, this is basically the MT5, MetaTrader 5, okay? So let's say you sign up, you create an account to start trading your journey, what you need to do is you need to link up with the MT5 platform, and this is how it looks like. So now I want all of you guys to pay attention on the screen so you can understand what it is, how it works, and how you actually need to use it to start trading. So if we go here and pay attention, this is our market watch list. So for example, if you are someone who's looking to trade forex market, you got your pairs over here. If you are someone who's looking to trade in commodities, then you got gold here as well. And let's say if you want to add some stock, let's say if we talk about, let me type here Amazon, right? I'll just double click over here and I can see Amazon buy price and sell price is here. As soon as I'll double click, you can see the window opens where I can sell, buy, the volume, how much I need to buy, sell, everything is there. Your stop loss, which Azhar just told you right now, your take profit, same thing. So that's how you open up an order to sell and buy in the market. On the other side, what you're seeing here is basically the chart. So if I click here and say chart window, you can suddenly see, I'm seeing on my screen now, Amazon chart on a H1 is the time frame. So this is a 1 hour chart. Each candle represent 1 hour of data, okay? If you want to change it, you can see over here, you can change it to daily. You can change it to 4 hours, you can change it to 1, 15, 5, even 1 minute. So it's once again up to you what kind of trader you are, what kind of strategies you follow, and what kind of time frame is suitable for you. So I think this is very useful to always remember that what time frame you are checking. Right now on my screen, I'm seeing 1 minute time frame. So in this case, each candle is representing only 1 minute of data. Okay, so let's take this to daily time frame, and I can see the price of Amazon stock displaying here is 219. Okay, now what if I have to open a position? How do I do that? Let's say I'm quite convinced about Amazon and I really want to involved in the market, open a position. So what I'll do, as I just told you, you'll just click here, and let's just say if I'm buying, I'll make sure that the symbol is correct. It's Amazon market execution. That means you just need an instant action. Volume, let's say I'll keep it as 1 because I'm just using 1 here. And then let's say if I want to buy, as soon as I click here, you can see my position will come up here. So that means I just bought Amazon at this time and I bought. So you're not sure what you've done, buy or sell, you can always see it here that you just bought Amazon on a volume of 1 standard lot. So this is the volume, okay? And this is the basic price where you actually entered in the market. So now if the price goes above this, you will start seeing yourself coming in profit. Right now, this is the current price, which is lower than your current price where you actually opened. That's why you're seeing your balance is coming in minus, okay? As soon as it will go up, you will start seeing yourself in profit. And that's how you can see all your open positions over here. And for, let me see, history, if you click here on the history, you can see all your old positions as well. So this is basically MT5 looks like. This is basically to draw any lines over here. So let's just say you want to do some analysis as well. As I tell in my webinars, draw support and resistance. People who have attended and heard me before, I always talk about support and resistance. Let's say if I want to draw something, I go here and I click on this horizontal, and then you see I can easily plot my support, resistance, even I can draw some lines like this as well. So this is how I can do the analysis by the help of the tools given above here. So I hope this makes sense to you, and MT5 is a bit clear. Very simple, very easy to use. This is your watch list. add whatever you want to trade. Even if you want to trade Bitcoin, anything, cryptos, anything, you just click here, enter the name, and it will come up here. Double click, the order will come up here to buy and sell. You can fill out the details and then you can execute your position. The chart is here to do the analysis, to look at it. Time frames are here, and your balance comes up here, how much you have in your account, what is your margin, which Azhar just explained, and how much at the moment you are making. Is it in profit or loss? So you can see everything over here. Okay, let's start talking about the 9x market platform now. So as soon as, for example, you enter your details, sign up, this is the first thing you see, which is your dashboard. Okay, so this is the dashboard where you can see the amount of money you deposited. Your account is on MT5. On the left side, this is basically representing, even here you can see your open position. Remember, we just opened one position on Amazon on MT5. That's how it's connected, that you can even see it over here, and you can see if it's in profit or loss, it comes over here. The next part, let's just say you want to activate your account. You click here on the documents and you can see that you need to upload proof of address, proof of identity. And once your documents are uploaded, you can go to the next part over here, which is my account. You can click over here, very sweet and simple. Once again, select the account type, which is, of course, it's a standard account, and leverage. I'm sure you guys know what leverage is. Yeah, if you don't know, that's a bit disappointing because my colleague just worked really hard. Okay, so as he said, the higher the leverage, the higher the risk and reward both. So in this case, if you are a complete beginner, you can always, it's a good option. Of course, it's completely up to you. But it's always good to have like a small leverage, you know, with the start. But once again, we offer up to 400. It's completely your choice. You set up the password. As soon as you submit your details, it creates your MT5 account. Okay, so you get the login details where you can log into your MT5 and connect your account over there. So basically, if you want to change your password, change your leverage, you can use these options. And now it comes to the part how to actually fund your account. Okay, this is the most important thing. You click here on deposit. You can see there are three different ways of depositing. One is deposit by credit debit card, one is cryptos, and one is bank transfer. Sweet and simple. Once again, those who have used it before, I'm sure you guys are aware how you can use this. Those who are here for the first time, very simple process. You just click on here. Let's just say if I take the deposit with credit debit, you enter your details, press submit, and that's it. You will see that your funds have been gone, and you can see it in your account, from your bank account to your 9x market account. So you can see bank details. It's just same way in case you want to withdraw. There you go. You got two other options here: withdraw to bank transfer or cryptos. Same thing. What you can do is you can click here on withdraw. Let's just say you made $5,000 of profit and now you really want to buy yourself iPhone or go on a nice vacation. Then this section is your best friend. Okay, so here you once again put your details, press submit, and we will receive your request. And of course, then you will get your money, your profits in your bank account. Okay, usually 1 to 2 working days, and you will see it's really quick, simple, sorted. And this is where you can see your deposit reports, how many times you deposited, withdraw, internal. If you have multiple accounts, you can check this internal transfer report and move your money from one place to another. Okay, and now this is my favorite, which is the web trader. So let me just log in. And I always like this one. Why? Because it's colorful, it's more appealing. I can see whatever I need. It's in the corner here. Same thing what we saw on MT5. We have it over here at the whole list where I can see, for example, I see some forex pairs. I can see some commodities like gold. I can see stocks as well, Nike, Amazon. So I have my wish list over here. Whatever I would like to trade on daily basis, I can see it over here. Okay. And the next thing over here, you are seeing the chart. So once you click on here, the watch list disappears and you can clearly see over here your charts. Okay. Same thing, the tools I showed you on MT5, you can draw from here as well. So there you go. In case you want to draw some lines, trend lines, horizontal lines, there you go. Very sweet and simple. Just in case you want to do your analysis and you want to make sure that you are drawing the levels correctly, I think the screen is good enough to give you whatever you need. And here, once again, at the bottom, You can see your open positions all the time. So for example, we just bought this Amazon 7 minutes ago. We saw that it was in minus 60, 65 pence. Right now, we're seeing it's coming down. So there's a high probability by the time we end the session, we might see this trade in our profit. Okay. So this is the basic platform. Here you can see all the tools here. If you see over here, you have everything, even rectangle, circle. And when it comes to, if I click over here, you can see all kind of indicators, lines. You have everything over here, which you can use and do your analysis. I hope this makes sense. But once more, and any kind of a news which comes up, let's just say last week, I'm sure you all are aware what happened in Qatar in the war between Iran and Israel. If there is anything news affecting the market, you can always find it in this section. Of course, there's nothing happening major. That's why you're seeing this empty. But it always gives you the alert, gives you what's happening in the market, so you stay up to date. And then we come to download the platform. So you see downloading the platform. If you're using Apple products, this is your link. For Windows, this is, and for Android, you can download it on your mobile, you can download it on your tablet, laptop, because this supports everything. So it's always a good idea to download it from here and then just move ahead. So I hope the platform is super friendly, you understood it correctly. But before I jump back to the slides, I want to add on one thing which is quite interesting, and I'm sure you will like it. So just bear with me. Let me go back to my wish list. And then let me click on Mike. Nope, I don't want to take a trade. By the way, yes, if you want to take a trade, you just double click here. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. You can put your volume, how much volume you need. You need a one lot, you need a mini lot, or you need a micro lot. Depends on your capital, depends on your trading strategy style. You can always use this. And of course, yes, you can buy and sell from here, and you will see your order will come up here.
Also depends on leverage.
Absolutely, yes. And you see the trade is coming back in profit now. So we were at minus 66 pence and suddenly now minus 10. So let's see what happens by the time we're covering the webinar. But yeah, those who are with me from last 2-3 weeks, they know why I'm showing this Nike stock. So this is what we covered a couple of weeks back in one of the webinar as well. And plus, traders who are on 9x Academy platform and learning, about the markets. This is what we learned in the live markets. But first of all, thumbs up, guys, especially people who are already with the 9x market. If anybody is watching, I want a thumbs up. If you remember that we discussed this trade, yes, I can see some thumbs ups. So these are the, of course, the viewers who are already with the 9x markets, trading with us, learning, educating themselves. And guys, if you remember what happened when we were having our personal sessions, one-to-one session, group sessions, we predicted that this is what we drew as our support, and we saw a morning star. Those who watched my webinar last one about candlestick patterns, support and resistance, they know what I'm talking about here. This is a very popular candlestick pattern, which is a morning star, which forms on your support. So we actually took the entry at this candle, the next candle after the formation. And let me show you, by the way, this is a daily time frame and how many days it took. This is, one second, this is 24th of June, 25th of June, 26th of June, 27th, it hit our target. So in 4 days, this trade gone from $59 to all the way to 74. So how much this is? $15, yeah? $15, that means on a smallest position, that would be $15 of potential profit, 150 on a higher one, and 1500 on the maximum lot. So you see $1,500 if we talk about within 4 days, I think this is something really good. Why? Because you're doing your risk management correct. We caught this trade at the right time because it was on our support level. We saw the formation of the morning star. We took the entry here on this candle, and it only took us 4 days to reach our target from here to here. So that's something, those who actually made money, well done to you guys. Those who missed it or looking at this for the first time, don't worry, we have the opportunities That's why we send all of you guys the economic analysis. So basically we cover everything what's happening in the market. I'm sure you guys are receiving it via email. So that's a very, very good thing to make sure that you keeping an eye, reading it daily, because this is something is your guide where you can see what's the best for you for that day. So let's go back to the slides. Let me just stop sharing for a minute.
Can I just mention something?
Please, yeah.
So as a market analyst, I also send a lot of different perspectives about the market on our Instagram channel. So if you were to see our stories every day, there's something new and a different perspective for all of you trading with us at 9x Markets. And you just don't need to be registered with us. You can just take part in just clicking on the Instagram story, and you have a fresh new perspective every day on different asset classes like the Euro USD and gold or some cryptocurrency, etc. Thank you, Sal. You can go ahead with your session.
So I just wanted to cover a little bit about the trading strategies. So of course, as you guys are aware, there are different kind of strategies, but what is basically trend following? In this strategy, basically a lot of traders use this because if you go with the trend, and as I always say, trend is your friend, you have more probability, that you are going in the right direction. If you trading against the trend, that means you are risking your capital. So it's always a good idea to follow the trend and make sure that you are safe. Your chances increases automatically that you will make profit. Why? Because you continuously going with the trend. Okay. And then there is something called news trading, which I just mentioned. Last week, the war happened. It shook the whole market. I'm sure prices of oil, a lot of you guys saw how extremely it gone up and then suddenly spiked down. So this is what happens due to news. Of course, news is dangerous, but if you are experienced, you know how to handle it. But this is another kind of a strategy, another kind of a concept based on the news, based on the events like this. You can trade in the market, make money with the correct risk management. And remember, guys, when I say risk management, that means risk management is to make sure that you're saving your capital. Okay, this is the most important thing. Okay, if you're not following the risk, that means you are not going in the right direction at all. Doesn't matter, your trades are going in profit all the time, but risk management, if you're not doing it properly, you can blow up your whole account within a day or within minutes. So very, very important thing to note. Okay. And then scalping. Scalping is something within an hour, you're just going in and out. But for that, you need to understand and master the strategy really, really well. Why? Because this is really extreme conditions. You're going on a very low time frame, like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 minute, and you're just going in and out. So you bought or sold something, made profit, quickly closed the position. Then you did that thing again, closed it again. Okay. So for that, you need a lot of experience. Azhar, do you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to say that scalping is only possible because of the high liquidity present in the CFD market and all the other markets. So like I mentioned before, high liquidity is one of the benefits of CFD trading, and scalping is possible because of this. Thank you, Sahil. You can go ahead with your presentation.
Absolutely. Personally, scalping is something I really love to do, but it takes really long time to learn and understand the concept. So it's not like everybody's cup of tea, but still it's a very good concept if you are a bit of experience to make quick money. But once again, risk management. Okay. Moving on, what is the right risk and reward ratio? We have seen on the charts multiple times. So I'll just make sure you find the setups where, for example, if you look at the screen, you're just risking $100 to make 300. If I give you a very simple example, let's say you find a setup on the charts where you're just risking $10 to make $30, right? This is a sensible trade to take. Why? Because it's giving you the risk and reward ratio to 1 to 3. Okay. And then if you win, you gain 300 based on the example here. If you lose, you lose $100. Okay. So this is the correct risk and reward. But if I vice versa this thing, let's just say you're risking $300 to make 100, that's a very, very bad risk and reward ratio. And you should always stay away from this. Okay. So make sure that you understand the concept. Always find the setup which are quality, not the quantity. Okay. So don't go for the quantity, always go for the quality, because if you catch the quality setups, you will always see yourself profitable with correct risk management.
Also, can I just add one more thing about the risk and reward Sahil is speaking about? As I mentioned earlier in my presentation, I mentioned stop loss and take profit. So the risk and risk reward ratio is also calculated based on your take profit level as well as your stop loss. And that is exactly how you decide on whether you want to go into a trade or not. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. So well done, guys. Here's a poll again in front of you. I'm sure you guys already started answering this, but I'll just quickly read it. What is a pip in forex trading? 10-15 minutes back, I'm sure you were paying attention. Azhar mentioned that. I'm keeping my mouth shut. So you need to answer it yourself. And the next one is, what is scalping? Come on, guys. Nobody can give a wrong answer for scalping, okay? I swear I will be very disappointed. Yeah. 2 minutes back, we just covered this. I want to see 100%, okay? Otherwise, I don't know.
Also, I mentioned how scalping is possible, so they should be able to answer that.
We'll give you guys 5 more seconds. And then if the team can show us the results, that would be fantastic. There you go. I'm not seeing the first one. I'm interested in the second. Okay, well done, guys. Okay, whoever answered, well done to you. That means you are going in the right direction. But once again, the first question, what is a pip in forex trading? A couple of people said a type of leverage. Pip basically has nothing to do with leverage. Pip is the price movement, okay? The smallest price movement. For example, gold moves from 3000.1 to 3000.2. This is what the move means. That's what we call a pip. Okay, thumbs up if you understand the concept, and then we will move ahead.
And one more thing, a pip might seem really small right now, but because of leverage, a pip can actually signify your losses as well as maximize your profits. So always make sure that you do not take a pip very lightly.
You see, my colleague is really smart. Yeah, he knows, and he's correcting you all the time. Double confirmation, same like what we do in trading. I'm confirming, and he's double confirming. So you see, that's how a combo works in this market as well. Double confirmation means you are going in the right direction. Fantastic. Okay, moving on. So I'll just cover up the summary now. MT5 with 9x market means fast and reliable in execution, wide range of instruments. I'm sure you guys are aware already, powerful tools and indicators, and ideal for both beginners and experienced. If you are experienced, no problem at all. If you are a complete beginner, we'll love it to have you, okay? So why you should join the 9x markets? Trusted global broker. I'm sure you are seeing us already, how we are growing, how we are helping the traders, building up their strategies, helping them with their accounts, making sure they understand the risk and reward. Tight spreads, as my colleague just explained, tight spreads and low trading costs, fast execution on MT5. Yeah, this is something really amazing, guys. And wide range of instruments. Here you see forex, gold, commodities, indices, cryptos, everything, anything you want to trade, you will find it here. And this is a multi-platform access, which I just mentioned, desktop, mobile, web trader. Whatever is your preference, the floor is all yours, okay? And support and education that you are seeing live.
That's why we're here today, to give you that support and education you guys need.
Yeah, so his name is support, my name is education. Okay, nice to meet you all. Moving ahead, deposit and withdrawals. One last thing, just a final reminder, just in case there is any confusion. These are the three things, three methods for deposit, and these two for withdraw, okay? And one last poll question. This is something I always ask at the end, just so that you answer it. There's no need that we check who's voting what, but just in case, for our future webinars and coverage, we would like to know that what would you like to cover, okay? So just vote for this one, and so that we know your answers and we'll move forward, okay? And any questions? So now I will stop sharing my screen. And this is another favorite thing. We will move to the Q&A. A question I can see, sir, is that inverse relationship between Bitcoin and gold? Yes, of course. First of all, can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up, Shafiq, if you're still there. It's your question, so I would really love to answer it. Please, yeah.
Shafiq, your question too, is there an inverse relationship between Bitcoin and gold? Maybe on the smaller time frames, you could see somewhere that gold and Bitcoin are making similar moves. But let me tell you that on the larger time frame, that is not the case. Bitcoin and gold do not move together, but a lot of people do assume that it is correlated because of that. So it's not actually inversely correlated.
Fantastic. Thank you, Azhar, for. I hope, Shafiq, you got the answer. Anybody else? Any questions? Please, you can type it or ask in the Q&A section, whatever you feel comfortable. We have, let's just say, another 5-10 minutes where we can cover some questions. I'm glad, Shafiq, you got your answer now. So yeah, thank you. Any questions, guys? We are here to answer. Let's see. I think today people are a bit shy, I feel, because most of the times when I'm doing my webinars, I see tons of questions, but today's audience is a bit shy, I feel like.
I think we're probably very good in educating them. They don't have any questions for us. So maybe that can be the case.
Okay, I got one question here. What's the minimum deposit? So first of all, very good question once again. And believe me, this question, I'm sure every time I have this in my webinars, okay? So for this, the right answer is, look, there is nothing minimum, maximum. It completely depends on what you are looking to achieve, how much time you're willing to spend. If you are a super busy guy and you depositing $10,000, I think even that is not enough, because you don't have time to look well what you're doing with your 10K, okay? But if you have time and you're starting with even $500, $1,000, okay, you can do really well, you can do wonders. Yeah, there's a myth about the market that you need to have a really large account in order to be successful in the market, but that's not the case. You can also start with less amount, but once again, it depends how much time you're willing to give and how much focus and the attention you're paying towards the market. I hope I answered your question. There's one more you want to answer for Farah, I think. If you want to answer, how can I register?
Okay, if you want to register as a user for 9x Markets, all you have to do is go to the website 9xmarkets.com and just click on register as a user, and you can fill in your details and you will be registered as a client. And hopefully one of the assistants will call you to make sure that everything is on track. It takes a couple of minutes, so you can register without any worry. So 9xmarkets.com, that's where you have to go.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is open an account over here and then give in your details, and you will be registered as a user. If you have any questions for us, feel free to email it to us or message us on our WhatsApp. So do not worry about this. You will be taken care of by our customer service. And once you're done with this, all we require is a KYC, just to make sure that you are legal. We are legally allowed to have you as a client. So once this is done, you will be onboarded successfully on 9x Markets. Thank you for this question.
So I hope you got the answer. And I know Patel Kunal is asking a lot of questions. I was about to answer your one, but then he started sharing his screen. So can you please answer what you're saying about? Kunal asked actually a lot of questions. The first question, can you tell us about brokerage and the charges, please?
So we are 9x Markets and we are the brokers ourselves. As I explained, that you can register on our website as a client, and we have extremely tight spreads, so you do not need to worry about any charges. And we have almost zero commission as part of our brokerage platform. So there are barely any charges on opening an account.
Fantastic. He also asked what is spread in the Q&A.
Okay, so like I explained in my session, that the spread is the difference between the buy price and the sell price. For example, let's say that I want to sell this mouse for $100, but Sahil here wants to buy it at $105. So the spread is the difference between the buy price and the sell price. So the spread here is $5. And that is exactly what a spread really is.
And yeah, you done? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
And Patel, Kunal, you asked another question. I'm from India. Can I open account? Yes, my friend, you can. We have a lot of traders from India, Pakistan, Nepal. They are all trading really well with us, learning from us, using the correct risk management with us. So fantastic, no issues at all. We will help you in that. Not at all a problem. Next one, Shafiq asked another question. Sir, which is the best time for trading? Okay, you want to answer this?
Yeah, I can go ahead with telling you that the best time of trading usually depends on the strategy you are trying to follow. But normally, the New York session is the most volatile session, and that is exactly when a lot of opportunities come up. So, if you are a trader who likes big price movements, the New York session will be fit for you. But if you want a calm session, that's probably the London session in the towards the afternoon morning. And depending on your strategy, I think that whichever fits you, you should go ahead with that.
Fantastic. And there is one more question from Baldwin Tawa. Do you have any deposit discounts or promotion of some sort? So unfortunately not at the moment. We just want to purely focus on the education. And this is why you will never hear me or my team saying that you want to fund with 100K, 50K, 80K. You know why? Because it's completely your call. It's completely your goals. Because I don't know, your goal may be to reach 50,000. Okay. And I tell you, okay, start with just $1,000, which is too less for your goal. So of course, I don't know your current situation. I don't know what exactly you're looking to achieve. So it's always, there is no right and wrong answer for this question. But at the moment, we're just purely focusing on the education, and whatever you would like to fund with your account, you can go ahead, keeping in mind about your goals. Yeah, if you're looking to make big numbers and you're achieving and you're looking to aim for that, then always you, of course, you need a big size for your account, a big capital for your account. So I hope, Bolvin, I answered your question as well. Is there any more? Is
Guys,
there a minimum?
Feel free to ask any questions you have. We're happy to answer those.
There's one. Is there a minimum withdrawal? Please.
So a withdraw. So when you deposit money into your account, you are able to withdraw all. You are able to withdraw all of it. So do not worry about any minimum withdrawal or anything of that sort. If you deposit $100 into the brokerage, even without trading or touching that money, you are able to withdraw $100 back from the brokerage. Depending on whether your bank charges you any fees, I guarantee you that whatever you deposit will be accessible as a form of withdrawal.
Fantastic. So I think we are done with the questions. If anybody got one last question, one final question before we wrap up the session, this is your chance right now. And if you guys are all tired, hungry, we will let you go. Okay, I believe we answered, to be honest, a lot of questions, and I'm sure there's no confusion now, and everybody seems quite okay with the content we covered today. So guys, once again, I really appreciate your time, and you actually took the time out. You heard my colleague, you heard me, you covered, made some notes. Of course, this is at the end will benefit you, your trading style, your trading journey. One last thing before we leave, I'll say is make sure to sign up and fund your account so you can start practicing what we cover, what we teach, and you can see yourself that how much you are learning and how much your progress is.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I know that a lot of you probably do not have questions at the moment, but sometimes later on we do realize that we have some questions we did not ask. So I would just request Sahil if he could probably send his email in the chat, and maybe if you have any questions, you can get back to him and he will happily be able to assist you further. So just write down your email in the chat box. So if anyone has any questions, they can get back to you.
I believe that's it pretty much. I'll let you guys go. Have a nice evening. Enjoy whatever your plans are. Go ahead with that. And we'll see you in the next webinar. All right. Yeah. Take care, everyone, and see you. Goodbye.
Thank you.